So today we are talking about law of assumption, but more specifically, taking responsibility. You taking responsibility for your own life and for your own reality, for what you are calling in, for what you are manifesting. Hello, my loves. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Danielle, and on this channel, we talk all things spirituality, personal development, manifestation, wellness, and so much more. So if that sounds like a good time to you, please do subscribe. I share new videos like this every single week. If you are not willing to take responsibility for where you are at in your life in this moment, things are not going to change the way that you want them to. Like when things are going well and when things are fun and beautiful and good and we're manifesting and calling in all the things that we have wanted and life is just like in a seemingly good place, it's easy to take responsibility. Like, I'll take responsibility all day for this. In those situations, we will gladly say that we got ourselves there, that we claimed and we manifested those circumstances. It's when life is challenging. It's when things that are happening around us that feel unfair, that feel negative, challenging, dark, that we don't understand. Those are the moments when we do not want to take responsibility for what's happening. We don't want to claim that every single thing that exists in our reality, we have created, we have called in. And I'm not saying that that was conscious. I'm not saying that you consciously chose to bring these negative or challenging things into your life. But in some way, on a conscious or unconscious level, we have manifested everything. Everything is within our own consciousness. And so nothing exists outside of what we have created and assumed for ourselves. What we assume to be true, what we believe, we create and we manifest, and that is what we call into our experience. We have to start to ask ourselves, where in life have we allowed certain things to occur? Or where in life have we believed that we are worthy or unworthy of certain things, of certain circumstances? When in life have our emotions been so deep in a certain place that is kind of what we have attracted back towards ourselves. So there's so many different things that can lead to us creating a reality, calling in a reality that we might not consciously desire. And that's okay, because up until this moment, what's done is done, and we have learned from it and we continue to grow from it. And we can choose, you can choose to look back from a perspective of your choice. That is the thing, is in this moment, you have the choice to look back on what has happened all the way up until this moment and to choose what that will mean to you, to choose its meaning and how you will respond to it. And what is happening here in this moment is just a manifestation of past beliefs, of past thoughts and emotions. And so it is old news. And from here on forward, you can turn things around. You can create, you can call in whatever you want. What is happening right now and what has happened in the past does not matter. Those circumstances, they mean nothing when it comes to what you now have the opportunity to call in and to create. And that is what the law of assumption says, is from this moment on, what do you assume to be true? What do you believe to be true? And that is what you will call into your existence. So you can change things in a second. And really, time doesn't matter. What is important is to kind of focus on a time frame that can work for you and that feels achievable. For some people, it could be instantaneous. For some people, maybe it feels more achievable to change things in a certain amount of time. But you have to take responsibility for your life. You have to take responsibility for what you are experiencing, because by taking responsibility, by owning the fact that you have created everything up until this point, you also own the fact that you are the one that can change it. No one else has that power. And rather than allowing that to feel frightening or discouraging, allow it to feel empowering. No one else has the power to change your circumstances, to change your behavior, to change your emotions, except for you. That is solely your power and solely your responsibility. So choose to step into that more empowered belief and that more empowered truth. You can change everything, and that is only your responsibility. When I was in my early to mid 20s, I went through a phase of a couple years of working at a job that I really didn't like. And it was deeply, deeply unfulfilling and quite toxic, but I didn't do anything about it. I stayed and I complained, and then I ended up getting into a relationship, and that was a toxic relationship that ended in quite a traumatizing way, to be honest. And so I had this toxic relationship that ended in a way that was really, really deeply challenging for me. At the same time, dealing with the culmination of years of this job that I wanted to get out of, but never did anything about it. And at that stage of my life, I just felt so lost and so confused and unsure of everything that was happening around me. And it was like shit hit the fan all at once, right? Like everything bad that could have happened, it all happened at the same time. And in that moment, of course, I never would have wanted to take responsibility for all of those things happening to me. But looking back with perspective, the perspective that I have now, I can recognize that I created that, and that is okay. This is not like a self-shaming situation. I am just very much aware of what my own personal belief systems were at the time, what I believed I was worthy of, what I continued to allow in my reality out of choosing not to change it, and so calling in more and more and more. And at this point in time, I wouldn't change a thing because it served its purpose, and I would not be where I am today if not for those circumstances. However, that taught me a lot about taking personal responsibility for my circumstances. It really showed me so much about how much our belief systems and our assumptions of ourselves determine our reality. It may be frustrating. I'm not denying the frustration. I'm not denying the emotion that can be involved. And I'm also not telling you to not feel the emotion. It's not about repressing it, because when we repress emotion, it has to go somewhere, right? So if it's not going to come out, it's going to stay in here. And the only way out is through. So it's important to feel it, and to feel it, to heal it, to feel it, to let it go. Otherwise, it gets stored in the body, it gets stored in the cells, and in fact, actually just amplifies that energy, which in turn will call in and attract even more of that energy. So absolutely, when emotion comes up, you want to allow it and feel it and let it pass. But do just that. Let it pass. Don't get stuck in it. Don't allow yourself to spiral into it. Let it pass, and then bring yourself back to the belief, to the assumption, to the knowing that everything is already on its way to you. Everything is already here. Like the life that you want, the money that you desire, the job that you dream of, it is already in existence. You just have to assume that it is here for you and you will bring it into your reality. But you have to assume, and you have to align your beliefs. And if you continue to believe, if you continue to affirm, I'm broke, I'm in debt, I hate my job, and there's nothing I can do about it, this is just how things are for me. Well, yeah, that is how things are for you, because that's exactly what you're claiming for yourself. Why would it change if that is what you are affirming over and over and over again? And oftentimes people say, well, it's just too hard to change. This is who I am, or this is how I've been for so long. And again, stop claiming that identity for yourself. Stop labeling yourself. Let go of the labels. Release that identity and choose to align, to shift with the identity that you actually want. And let's just say that it's money. If you want to manifest a career with more freedom, with more money, with more financial abundance, even if you can't make the change right in this moment, in this second, start to step into, start to embody and feel and align yourself with the emotion of what that version of yourself would be feeling and would be experiencing. So if that embodied highest version of you, living the dream job, making the abundance of money, do they feel free? Do you feel at ease? Do you feel safe? Do you feel excited? Do you feel secure? Do you feel proud, or do you feel happy that you can take care of your family? Like, what are the things, the emotions that that version of you would feel? Start to tap into those emotions now, regardless of the circumstances. Whether it's through visualization, maybe you're imagining yourself with the money in your hands, with the money in the bank. You visualize yourself, checking your bank account, and you see that money there for you. Start to tune into those emotions. Because when you tune into the emotions, that is when over time the belief starts to shift, it starts to solidify. You truly begin to assume that it is already here because it is. That reality already exists and it is here now. It is ready for you now. You just have to claim it. And you have to take responsibility for your life, for yourself, to be able to claim what you want, to make the shifts, to change your beliefs, and to call it into your existence. Because as long as we give our power away to other people, to external circumstances, to our jobs, to our bosses, whatever it is, as long as we give our power away, we are not going to make the changes that we want to change. But the second that you can take your power back, it becomes so much easier. And yes, there's still moments where it's challenging. And yes, there are still moments where we get frustrated because we're human, and that's okay. But again, just don't get stuck in it. Make the shift, recognize that it's already here, and feel gratitude for the fact that it's already here. It's living in the wish fulfilled. That's what Neville Goddard says, living the wish fulfilled. So if you had it right now, you would be so grateful. So express that gratitude as many times as you can throughout the day. Come back to that emotion, come back to the feeling, come back to the gratitude. And sooner than you think, you will find that truly it is your reality. So my message today is just start to take responsibility for yourself, and don't look at it as something to be afraid of. Look at it as something that is empowering. I hope that this video helped to empower you, to inspire you, to really take responsibility and claim what it is that you are experiencing in your life, because you can make it exactly what you want to make it. You can have anything. It is limitless. Nothing is impossible for you. Nothing. Nothing is impossible because you are creating it within your own consciousness. If you liked this video, if it helped, give it a thumbs up. I share new videos like this every single week. I share videos about spirituality, law of assumption, manifestation, personal development, and so much more. So if that sounds like a good time to you, please subscribe. And thank you so much for watching all the way until the end of this video. I will see you in the next one.